In this video, we will look at the difference between liftoff, edge effect, and the thinning effect. We will be using this aluminum thin step wedge for this lab exercise. And notice the impedance point of my unloaded coil. It's in the upper left-hand quadrant there. And as I take my unloaded coil and bring it close to my material, and I'm decreasing liftoff, you're going to see that coil get loaded and the impedance vector move down to the aluminum operating point in the lower right. So that's our liftoff line. Now I'm going to turn this step wedge over. I'm going to set it down. So there's my air point, right? I'm going to bring my probe and set it down in the thick end. So that's my aluminum operating point there at the lower right. Now I'm going to scan my probe to the right, and when I get towards the thinner end, you're going to start to see the thinning curve. That's right at the point in the material where my eddy currents are starting to change because of the thickness or the thinness of this wedge. Now the reason it's not completely smooth is because these are steps. But right now I'm very close to the end of the standard and it's starting to get really, really thin. And that is the counterclockwise thickness or thinning curve going back to air. And that's where I came off of the standard. So basically I just took my probe and I scanned from the thick end all the way down off of the material. Next, what I'm going to do is, rather than scanning down across the thinness, I'm just going to go to the thick end and I'm going to go to the edge. And you're going to see that that follows a very different trajectory. So first I'm just going to do the thinning curve again. So that's the thick material, and that's going to be our thinning curve right there. And I'm going to go back on the thick material and I'm going to move my probe laterally to the edge. See how that goes up in between the liftoff and the thinning curves? So now you know the difference between liftoff, edge effect, and the thinning curve. End of lesson.